Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode or stream, as we call it, to YOLO, Yo Loan Officers.
Yep.
So this is for you, loan officers. We have a really cool guest today. I'm really excited. But before we get to her, I do want to point out a few things. I see everybody watching like not live, but like afterwards, and that's great. So please, everyone watching live, like spam us with questions. We work really hard to get some of these guests on here, and it's for you, the loan officer. So please don't be afraid. Please ask some questions. Christy's gonna do. She's gonna be popping them in the chat for us to see, so we can do them live. And for those of you who are watching it afterwards, we can always follow up. Like we have access to all these people, so we can always follow up with these questions with you. We can ask our guests to go in there and answer the questions if that's what you want. I know a lot of you are shy, like they don't want to, do it live, but I promise you we don't bite. So please leave some questions. Leave some questions for us if you didn't understand that point. I said it like 10 times already. But so I'm Raul Espinosa. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer here at Eustis Mortgage. And the goal of YOLO is to bring all these worlds together. We have a lot of loan officers in the company, a lot of loan officers out there in the wild. And I just want to like bring together all these like masterminds and, how people are doing things, because a lot of people see loan officers online, the successful ones, and they think that they have all their stuff together. And in reality, there's a lot of work to it and there's a lot of insecurities. And so that's one of the reasons why I wanted to bring everyone together. And let's just talk about all that. Let's have an open discussion. So enough of me rambling. Today's show is going to be about refining your brand. So basically you have a brand, but you want to make it better. So to do that, we're going to welcome on Tiffany Saxton, one of our loan officers here at Eustis Mortgage. Welcome, Tiffany.
Yes,
How's it
thank
going?
you. Good. Thank you for having me.
How's that intro? We're trying to work it out.
No, the intro was good. The only thing I would maybe add is
Yeah.
since we're talking about branding, I would do hashtag LinWithTiff.
There you go. There you go.
That's what I'm known on as in the social media world.
As soon as you said that, Joey's like already typing out. So we're on it, man. Well, we're so happy that you can join us today.
Thank you.
We are pushing this live, like
Okay.
publicly. So it'll be internal and publicly. So just to let you know, we just want to get views. We want to get people's attention.
Yeah.
So that's another point of why we're doing this. And so, recently I saw that you're just doing a whole lot on social media. And then when I talk to you, you're just so like humble. You're like, oh, I'm so insecure about talking. I'm so insecure about video.
Just put me out there.
But then when I go on social media, like you could never guess. And
Yeah.
so I did want to talk about that a little bit today. And so like how did you create your brand?
Absolutely. So originally I had two pages, right? I had my business page and I had my personal page, and it was just so hard to keep up with both.
Facebook?
On Instagram.
On Instagram.
Yeah, I
Oh.
still have like my business Facebook page as well, but I don't really use it a lot. I don't really get a lot of engagement that way.
Is that one?
So I feel like the best way to really capture and get people's attention is post it on my personal page.
Okay.
I can share it from my business page to my personal page, but I don't know, just from the analytics and the algorithm, I just get more on my personal page. But I decided to just kind of get rid of my personal page on Instagram and just go as LinWithTiff, because I figured people want to work with me.
Right.
I am my brand. Why do people
Yes.
want to do mortgages with me?
Yeah.
So then I kind of wrote out, okay, well, maybe because of my personality, my, customer service, my communication, my availability. So I decided to rebrand myself as not just Tiffany Saxton, but Tiffany Saxton, a loan officer, Tiffany Saxton, known as LinWithTiff.
Okay. And how, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's a lot of layers to it, right? Because I'm a loan officer, but I'm also a mom.
Yeah.
I'm a single mom. I'm also like a fitness junkie. And then I've gotten into like, nutrition. So I'm a lot of that. And so I want to make sure I can essentially, promote and advertise that to the public and let them know I'm just as human and real as you are.
Right. That's awesome. And those are literally all the reasons why I was like, okay, we need to have Tiffany on, because I saw that you work out. I saw that you're a mom. I saw all these things, and it's so cool because it's like you do such a great job at like breaking that barrier of like company and like consumer. Like it's
Yeah.
really like we're on the same level
Yeah.
because we are. We're all human, you know. And so that was like a major you know, step. I think a lot of people feel really insecure about those things, and you know, we don't have to. We you know the I really liked and let me know what you think about this, but like, you know, you can let in as much as your personal life as you want, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have to. A lot of people are scared, like, oh, like I don't want to put my kids online. I'm kind of the same way actually, but it's like you don't have to. Like nobody says you have to,
Right.
but so you know you can allow as much as you want or as little as you want, like however that goes. So
Yeah.
um so is social media is it like secondhand nature to you, or was it something that you had to learn? Because you know a lot of our loan officers think it's like an age thing. So I just want to know, like, was it something that you grew up with, or was it something that you had to learn?
I definitely had to learn. I feel like a lot of people assume that I'm younger since I'm in the millennial, generation, that I know what to do and I don't know what to do. Like I will literally go on Google and just kind of like research and figure out I like TikTok, I still don't understand. But like Instagram, Facebook, I'm starting to pick it up and kind of learn what to do. And even with like there's just new different waves to it, right? So now
Mhm.
Instagram Reels is coming out, which is kind of like a
Yes.
spinoff of TikTok. And I just feel like that's really taken off. And I'm like, okay, let me figure out what I need to do. How much do I need to post? Is the content relevant? Does the content need to be educational? Does it need to be serious? Does it need to be funny?
Right.
So all that's going through
So
my
how
mind.
did you learn all that? Like, okay, so I know you said Google, but are there any like influencers or
Mm,
anything in particular like you did? 'Cause I go to YouTube
yeah.
and I talk about that all day long because Google and YouTube for me are like the same thing.
Yeah.
But what do you do, Tiffany? Like, how do you find out? Like, okay, we're pivoting to reels. How did you find out how to make a reel? How long does it have to be? How did you find all that out?
So my favorite channel is Instagram. So
Okay,
I really enjoy Instagram and I follow like other loan officers from other states as well. And I just look to see what they're doing. If they're
right,
posting in California, who's to say I can't maneuver that content and post it here in
right.
Texas, right? So really just looking at other people's pages, getting inspiration, that
Yeah,
save button is a lifesaver. I just save a lot
I
of
know.
their posts and I'm like, okay, I can recreate this. So like one
Yeah,
of my last Instagram reels was I did like, the pre-approval letters, right? Getting a request from pre-approval letters. And I did the song PD Pablo, which is Freak a
yeah,
Leak. But I heard the song in the gym. I was working out at my little gym and I'm like, oh my God, I can use that for an Instagram reel. Like I can use the content for this. So it just made sense.
yeah, yeah.
So I feel like no matter if I'm at the grocery store or if I'm at the mall or just like whatever,
Mhm.
I'm always constantly thinking, okay, how can I repurpose this information and use it
Right.
as useful content?
Yeah. And how's that going for you so far? Like, has it been successful? Um,
I will say Instagram Reels have been successful. The
yeah,
funny thing is when they're shorter,
I know.
it's so like the 6-second ones, I get the most engagement. Like one of them, I have like 12,000 views, and I'm like, what?
Yeah,
And I literally said, just get pre-approved,
yeah,
But the
yeah.
shorter content's good. I posted one last week, and it was about maybe like a minute long, a little over a minute, like a minute 6 seconds. And I talked about the monthly payment, what goes into that. I didn't get a
Yeah,
lot of views on it, but I said, you
yeah,
know what? I'm gonna just keep it out there.
yeah.
It's posting. I have content out there. It is relevant information, but it just wasn't sexy. And I
Right,
feel
right,
like that's what it is now in social media. Like, what can you do to make it sexy or make it
right.
fun just to grab their attention? And it needs to be a short attention span.
Yeah, very short. I noticed the ones that we're doing here at Eustis, they're like 11 seconds and they have like thousands of views. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
that kills me as a content creator because I'm like, my whole life was like trying to do like horizontal video and like do
Yes.
like everything like perfect, you know? And then it's just like now it was like 10 seconds, some of
Yep.
the reels
Yep.
and so short. But that's great though for loan officers because a lot of loan officers struggle with the fact that like, how do I create stuff? You know, how do I do it? And it's very hard. I mean, you're seeing the equipment we have here in the studio, and you know, it's kind of intimidating sometimes, you know.
Yes.
And the good thing is like you don't need any of that anymore.
No.
And so what do you know? Speaking of that, like, what kind of equipment do you shoot on? Like, how do you
My
do all that?
my iPhone.
Yeah.
My iPhone. I literally just went on Amazon like 2 nights ago. I was getting these ads on Instagram and I just said, you know what? I'm just going to purchase this thing because I just keep getting the ads.
Yeah.
But it's just like a little mini stand and it comes with like a light and it comes with like a microphone on the side. So
Yeah.
it's like a mobile creator kit.
Right.
So I haven't even used it yet, but I want to start using it to see if my
Yeah.
quality comes out better with my audio, my visual, my lighting. But
Yeah.
yeah, I just use my phone and
Yeah.
my tripod. That's it. And now I realize too, I normally use the front camera. I need to start using the back camera. I like to look at my myself to make sure I'm doing it right. But the back
yes.
camera is better
It's
quality.
way better quality, especially in low light and stuff like
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
right.
See, and that's where I can geek out a lot when I get so I try. It's gonna be about you, right? Because I can geek out on like the camera settings and all that. But no, these things are amazing,
Mhm.
and I love it. So like whenever you shoot something, right? Like how do you edit it? Do you edit in an app, or do you shoot everything in Instagram and then publish in Instagram? How do you do that?
It depends. Sometimes I'll publish it like in Instagram. So I'll like record it and then just kind of edit it that way. Or I'll just do like a regular just video on my phone. So if
Okay.
I do that, then I can kind of slice and dice, put it together, make sure the music makes sense, everything lines up. If I'm talking, like if I'm kind of like what is it? Not like ad-libbing, but just basically saying the same lyrics
Right.
or whatever, then I'll do that in Instagram with the music. So it just makes sense. But if I'm just doing a video, like I did my monthly payment video last week, I just did a regular video and just upload it in Instagram, put a little background music.
Do you use like a teleprompter, or how do you because again, I'm trying to get down to the root of like how do you do content, because you know
Mhm.
a lot of people are they want to know how to do it. Some people are overthinking it, some people underthink it, like, so we just want to know like what's the sweet spot. Like, do you do like, is it just information that's in your head and you just go at it, or
Y-
teleprompter? Like, what do you do?
I mean, I write it out and
Okay,
I
script
write it.
it.
It's not in my head.
Yeah,
Trust
yeah,
me.
yeah.
But I just from that last post, I kind of realized I'm not probably going to do any more longer videos. I'll
Mhm.
if I want to, then like I feel like YouTube is a good place to host
Yeah.
that. But as far as like Instagram Reels, which is like my little sweet spot, I'll probably just do like a snippet and maybe say, hey, for more information, go to my YouTube page, go to my
Right.
Facebook page. But for Instagram, I really just want to keep it short and sweet because
Mhm.
my attention span's real short. I'm not
Yeah.
going to watch a video more than 30 seconds. I'm going
Right.
to keep scrolling or just move on to the next
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. Because we also got to think, where people are watching this from. Like, usually
Hmm.
like they're in a line and they're
Yep.
bored, or they're
Yep.
they're waiting for their table to be called, things like
Yeah.
that.
It's
And
quick.
so it's quick, and then that's why a lot of people even do captions on all their videos, because it's
Yes.
like some people don't even they don't even play the video, they just
Just read
watch
it.
it and they read it.
Hmm.
So that's cool. Um, I was gonna ask also, so how, like, what's been like your best post, like the one that's been like, wow, this one just really worked for me. I don't know, like in any way, whether that be like somebody called you from it, or you just got like a ton of views. Like, what was it like?
So I do a lot of stuff that's consumer facing, but to be honest with you, as far as like engagement, that's how I get a lot of my realtor partners. So
Okay,
they look at the information that I post and they're like, oh wow, she's in Dallas, she's posting because
right,
a lot of us just aren't really doing it.
right,
And if
right,
we're doing it, we're not doing it consistently. And I'm in
yeah.
that boat too. I definitely need to do it more consistently. I haven't even posted this week. That's another story. But I get a lot of like realtors that follow me and say, hey, I love what you're doing. I would love to like, meet up with you or just start sending you people to get pre-approved. And I'm just like, that's just gravy for me.
Yeah,
Like I
yeah,
really
yeah,
don't have to go out there and search and try to get partners.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
coming to me just because I'm posting relevant information.
So do you find it then? Do any consumers just go to you directly, or is it all realtors referring people
I
to
would say a
people's
good 95% of my business is realtor referral
realtors?
base. Yeah,
Okay.
I do get occasionally like some, which is nice because once they're ready to go, I can just pass them on to a preferred partner.
Okay, so then my next question is, so you're basically directing everything. You're targeting realtors, but some of the information is kind of consumer driven, right?
Yeah.
So then would you say that just being like the online presence is the most important, or the educational piece? Like, in your opinion, what would
I
it be?
think it's a combination of both. I mean, just being out there, and that's one thing that like I need to work on, and we're all trying to work on now, just in this new day of age. It's like just post, just get out
Yeah,
there, even if it's just like 30 seconds or less, just putting something out there and just making yourself known. The goal obviously is to be as in the branding world as a social media or as a subject matter expert, right?
mhm,
So they know, okay, let me go to Tiffany because she knows her stuff when it comes to, getting pre-approved, what documents I
yeah,
require, what's that whole process look like. And that's what I always try to share with the public is, you know what, if you need to get this done, I want you to think of Lynn with Tiff.
yeah. There you go. Then with Tiff, man, that's a good name. So how'd you come up? So how's the name working for you? Like, do you like, why did you decide just to go from your name to Len with Tiff? Like, what's the strategy behind it?
The strategy is that I want people to know that I'm a loan officer, that I'm a lender,
Mhm.
because the American dream is home ownership, right?
Right.
And especially like within the underserved communities, a lot of people just don't know. Well, what does that look like? Can I even be homeowner, who can I go
Yeah.
to? A lot of people think too, oh, let me just go to Chase, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, the bigger
Right.
banks. You can go to a direct lender.
Yeah.
We can help you get it done. A lot of people think too that I'm a mortgage broker. I'm not. I work for a direct lending company, at Verity Mortgage.
Yeah.
But I just, when you think of Tiffany, you think of Lynn with Tiff. So I just felt it's cute, it's catchy, it's short, it's quick.
Yeah.
So it's
Cool.
been working.
Awesome. So let's talk about like some of the events, because the other thing too is when I was looking up like stalking you online.
Oh,
it's not as creepy as it sounds, but
No,
we
you're
all do
fine.
it. Well, now I just want to get make sure that some of the things that we're talking about, I mean, you're actually doing, and so that's
Yeah.
I want to also bring credibility to all this. Like you're doing all of this. Like we're not just saying, hey, go on LinkedIn and do a live, or go on Instagram and do a real. Like you're actually doing this and you're seeing the results. And
Yeah.
I do want to get back to this, but you also mentioned analytics. We'll get back to that later.
Okay.
But just remind me if I forget, because
Okay.
I probably will forget. But anyway, so I did see your events.
Yes.
And the events, like, they looked great. Like you had like this whole like exercise thing going, and it caught my eye because, again, I'm like a geek when it comes to gear.
Yeah.
And so it was shot really nicely.
Thank you.
And so, like, first of all, how did you come up with that event idea? Because that's the other thing too. Like, how are you coming up with this stuff?
So it's crazy. I started going to Pilates like earlier this year. It's just kind of like what I do twice a week. And it's actually like for my mental health, right? Because like in our industry, we have so much going on. We talk to so many different people, and there's good times, there's bad times. So I go just to kind of like woo-saw and just kind of take a break from it, right? And so I just started posting that like I'm doing Pilates, and I don't know why, but a lot of people, especially realtors, were sending me direct messages and like, oh my gosh, you like Pilates? How
That's
is
crazy.
it? I want to try. I want to try. I just got so many people that were interested. I'm like, well, you know what? Let me do like an appreciation event for my realtors, because
Yeah.
I can't get my business without, their contribution. And I just wanted to give back. So I hosted the Pilates event at my studio, and then hooked it up with like champagne and sparkling wine, the charcuterie board, the whole works.
Yeah.
And then my sister, she donated some of her skincare line. So
Nice.
it was really, really nice. And so I wanted to kind of make sure that I can shoot this type of event and post it on social media just to kind of get more buzz going.
Right,
So
right.
I reached out to one of my preferred realtors, and she's doing a lot of video content too. And I was like, hey, do you have a videographer that you recommend? And she sent him over to me, and it was my first time using him, but he did a phenomenal job,
Yeah.
So just posting that, I have so many people now. Oh my gosh, I want to sign up to the next one. We're gonna do it again, and I'm like, okay. So I already have a list going for the next one, and I already have like my next event that I want to do. I can't put it out there right now. It's top secret, but it's not workout related. But yeah, I mean, it's been really good for me,
Cool.
And I've even invited some realtors that like I don't do business with now, but then they started sending me some people over, and I have one that's closing next week. So it's been lucrative.
Awesome. Yeah. So so the event, so you said that it worked out, like realtors were calling you because they were also doing the same type of thing.
They were interested. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about Pilates. I don't know
So-
if it's just like it's a like nice workout or whatever it is. I mean, it's like low intensity, and it's like, I don't know. It's
Yeah. Well, one of the things I liked about it was, like what we call like social proof, is just like when people look you up, what do they see?
mhm.
And one of the things that, again, really caught my eye was just the quality of it. And I
Yeah.
think you really went out of your way to like, hey, like, let's hire a film crew. And
I
like, let's
invested.
make-
Let's just say that. I invested.
But
Was
was
not
it?
a pretty penny.
But again, it's like, not to, we don't have to speak, specifics, but like, how did that like price to what you results? How was that? Do you recommend that to other loan officers? Because a lot of people are scared.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you want to put it out there. You want to make sure it looks nice and just quality, right? So like perception is reality. It's like, oh wow, you had this big old event. I
It
mean, it wasn't
is.
really that big, but
It
it looked like
it.
it. And that was the image and the brand that I wanted to portray. So assignment was checked.
Yeah, it definitely looked huge. I was like, wow, this is cool. I don't know how many people exactly were there, but it looked
Yeah.
like there was things going on.
Yeah.
And very hyped. They did a really good job. How did you pick the film crew? Because that's the other thing that I really want people to kind of like know, like, the people you picked were like, they did a really good job. And it's kind of hard to find, good talent at a good price.
Yeah.
So like, I know, good price is not going to be super cheap, but
Yeah.
obviously
It was a good
cost you
price.
a little bit.
It was, yeah.
But like, how did you find the talent as far as like, where did you have several options and you're like, hey, or did you see their work online and we're like, hey, these guys are really good at what they do? Or
So I probably should have did more research. I did not.
You did?
I did not check out their work online. I literally just went off of my realtor, who I asked, hey, because I loved her videos. I was like,
Okay.
who do you recommend? She did send over 3 people. I did call 3 of them, and only one was available that day.
Okay.
For my shoot, and it worked out. So I just went off the strength.
So that's cool. Then you
of her referral.
saw of a roof. Okay, that's good because I talk about that a lot. Just like recognizing good. Like you have to recognize if you're not gonna do the social media yourself, and be able to learn how to do some of these things, then it's at least if you can recognize what's good and what's trending, what's hot right now, like you can hire somebody that can do that for you.
Yeah.
It's kind of the route that I also tell people to go. Like hire somebody, but just know what's good, like what looks good, like what's going on. And I think you did a really, really good job about doing that.
Thank you.
Because it looks super, super pro. And I think that, people who go to your page are gonna see like, wow, Tiff she's making money. Like she's doing this, man. Like
that's at least goal, it looks right? That way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the goal, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And so that's the other thing we were talking about, like pre-show right now is, a lot of people also think, a lot of loan officers think, oh man, like Tiffany just has everything together. She's just doing it. Like talk to us a little bit about that, like how you're still like trying to figure things out. And
I am figuring it out. I am figuring it out. Yes. I do know the importance of posting, but I need to work on it too, right? Like I need to work on getting like a content calendar. I have so many ideas in my head. I have so many ideas like on my notes, on my phone. And it's just a matter of trying to like get it all together and get it make sense. So my goal for Q4 is really getting a content calendar and putting it all out there. But, I just see something, I save it. I'm like, okay, yeah, I want to try this. But like, I'm like, okay, well, if I shoot this, will it look okay? And then I do shoot. I'm like, oh no, I don't like my hair. I don't like the way I look here. I don't like the backdrop. I have a lot of stuff. I just haven't posted it yet because I am just a little insecure.
But it's funny because outside looking in, you can't tell.
Yeah.
You really can't. Like it looks great. Everything you're doing looks really, really good, which is why we have you on again.
Thank you.
I did want to take a quick break and just tell everyone, please don't forget to get your comments in. We got Tiffany here right now. We're live. And if you're seeing this afterwards, still feel free to like comment. This is going to be on LinkedIn. It's going to be on YouTube. Also our internal Facebook group. So if anybody has any questions, please chime in whenever you can, and we can get those in before the 30 minutes is up. But I did want to go back to the analytics. I remembered it.
You remember.
So how deep do you dive, or do you just kind of look at like views? Like when you're looking at analytics, like what are you looking for? How do you do it?
So I don't really dive deep. I actually do want to learn like how to view and really like what does the analytics look like and how can I utilize that to help grow my online presence even more. I do look at like as far as like views and like replays and stuff like that. But that's another thing that I want to learn too, is just how to utilize that to grow my business.
Yeah. And that's okay. I mean, a lot of people don't, it's a craft to look at analytics, but I do recommend also, that loan officers do look at the plays. Yeah. Because I know, a lot of coaches, they're like, oh no, it's not about the numbers, but it kind of feels good there when you get like a lot of views, Yeah.
I'm like, what? I'm out here.
You kind of want to know if you're on the track or not.
Yes, exactly. That's how I know. Okay, let me start doing the shorter stuff. And I have to give a small shout out to Christy, our social media gal. So she kind of taught me too on Instagram Reels, like when you see the arrow going up with like the audio, like that's trending. So I'm like, okay, I need to use that kind of stuff because I'm going to get more people to see my stuff if it's trending right now. So
yeah.
I appreciate that.
So what's your work relationship with her? Is it someone that works for you, or is it just like a friend that gives you advice? Like
she's right here.
Well, who's this?
Christy.
Oh, Christy. Oh my God. Yeah. You're talking about it as if she was like, well, I guess like from people.
Yes. I was like, she's right here. She's in the Eustace family. # Eustace family.
Okay, great. So that's a good shout out then.
Yeah.
I'm a little embarrassed about that. I don't know why. I thought you were talking about somebody else.
No, you're good.
I mean, I guess, to let everyone in, Christy's like right here next to us. And it's like, we're not looking at her. So
right.
Sorry about that.
I should have looked back.
No, it's all good, man. Yeah. So, I mean, that's the cool thing too. I actually love that you shouted her out because, Christy is like huge in the company. And I really, really wish like people would hit her up more, because she has like so much knowledge, on when it comes to social media.
Yeah.
And so, we're going to be doing a little more workshops with her and getting her on more with the company. So that way that she can help anybody. I think we're lucky because we're all like right here next to each other, but other people are in New Orleans. So, I definitely really wish, I really want people to reach out to, not wish, I really want people to reach out to her, because some of these services are expensive. Like to have someone coach to tell you to the stuff that Christy gave you, like people pay a lot of money for that. And she gave it to you for free.
Right. I'm gonna keep using it, so don't use it too much.
But that's a good point though too. How much information do you give out for free to your consumers? Because I'm big on like give out free information, and that's how you're gonna get loyalty, and that's how you're gonna get a fan base.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to get like in the nitty gritty of like a lot of information, because I don't want them to be overwhelmed or confused, but I kind of just reach like the high level stuff. And I feel like a lot of people like that too, because in our industry, there are just, loan officers that aren't super transparent. And I feel like that's been one of the biggest things for me, is that maybe, I can be overly transparent at times, but I just want to help people out. Like I can't sleep at night if I just know like, they're not able to close, or they have problems. I also get a lot of loans too from other people that aren't able to get it done. And so just trying to figure out a solutions, just trying to solve the problem and help people out. So awesome. I share some of that information to let them know, okay, I can trust her. She knows what she's talking about. Let's check her out.
Nice. Well, John Hardiman says, get back in F45.
Tell him I was there this morning at 7:15. Where were you? I came early because I had to come on here today.
Blame me, huh?
Right.
Okay, Steve Martin, it says, how did you start the process and branding the lens with
Tiff brand? Yeah.
Sorry.
No worries. I just kind of started it because, again, I wanted to like transition from like my personal page to just my business page. So people know me as a loan officer. They know that I do first-time home buyer programs, whether it's my different seminars, that I'm a subject matter expert in this field. But then also kind of too, just kind of sharing like a little bit of my personal side too. So like I like to work out. I'm a mom. This is like what I like to do on the weekends, a little bit here and there. So letting people know that I'm authentic, that I'm genuine. Yes, I do talk about loans. I do talk about, what's going on in the mortgage world, but I'm not just a mortgage lender. I'm also these other things too. So kind of blending that together and then just kind of taking off with it. So the events have really helped too, just kind of being out in the community. People will see my flyer and they're like, oh yeah, that's you. I saw you did that last week or whatever. So I'm trying to build myself as, the prime to go to loan officer, in the DFW market.
Nice. Well, we have one last little comment. Lenwood Tiff. Lenwood Tiff is the jam. And she has great music too. See, someone noticed your music.
Who was that?
It just says Facebook user.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you.
whoever commented that, leave your name so we know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess apparently you have good music too. So
it's probably my reels, like the music I do. Yeah. So I that's got a lot of engagement. So I'm gonna try and do a little bit more of that. And I like, I like my little jam. I'm a Beyonce fanatic. So
it was Mike Mills that said that.
Oh, of course.
Oh man, so that's great. So now we know your music taste, we know you're into Pilates, we know all of this stuff about you, Tiffany, and that's awesome, just based off your social media.
That's it.
You allowed people into your life as much as you wanted. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
So, okay, cool. Well, we're at almost a 30-minute mark.
Oh wow,
so, man,
seems so quick.
Right? I know.
I was having so much
fun. We can be here all day.
I know.
So yeah, I just want to thank you first of all for being on, donating your time. I know everyone's busy out there, like. Times are kind of. I
gotta go lock it alone.
So yeah, so it's like, thank you so much for donating your time. I hope everyone got something out of this, because that's what we're here to do. You know what I mean? That's So everybody, please again leave some comments, and if there's anything that if you can't reach out to Tiffany, I'll be the immediate person, the middle person to get in touch with her. And just thanks again everybody for watching, and we will see you next stream. Thank you.
Peace.
Bye, everybody.